Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me for the Hystax OptScale group demo webinar. I'm Max Bozhenko, Chief Technical Officer and Architect at Hystax. And today I will speak about the latest updates of Hystax OptScale and tell you about your first steps in our product. So agenda for today's webinar is the following. So first of all, I will speak about Hystax as a company and about our products. Then we will make a small journey back to the topics which we had on our previous webinars, and then proceed with a live demo of the product and Q&A session. So before we start, a few words about the Hystax. Hystax is a global leader in cloud migration and cross-cloud and hybrid cloud disaster recovery. We have customers spanning 5 continents and offices in 4 countries with more than 80,000 machines migrated and 5,000 replicated for disaster recovery. And with our current products, Hystax Ecura, we have strong in-depth experience in cross-cloud disaster recovery protection and migration between public and private clouds. Working with our partners and customers and also using clouds internally, we discovered how complex cloud cost management could be. Because every cloud has its own billing model, you have literally hundreds of resources in the cloud that should be counted and kept under control. To avoid the situation when you receive a bill that is 2 or 3 times more than you expected. That's why we decided to create a hybrid cloud management platform, which is focused on cost governance, control, and optimization. On our previous webinars, we talked about the frequent changes of cloud governance, concentrating on cost efficiency of cloud usage. And the outcomes of that discussion were that even if cloud usage profile may differ from one organization to another, the major things on which every organization spends money in the cloud, if we speak in Amazon AWS terminology, are EC2, the computes, RDS, Redshift, and S3, the object storage. One of the most dangerous situations for your cloud bill is when you're losing control on the consumed resources, the amount of consumed resources, and you don't know exactly what is the purpose of every instance or every database or S3 bucket. You might help yourself with simple resource tagging to find unused or obsolete resources, but you need to build a proper process around it. You can also use cloud-native cost export tools, which can help you with that, but they are quite complex and obviously work only within a single cloud. While when you go for a multi or hybrid cloud model, this makes the proper cost management even more complex task. Sometimes even blocking your organization to adopt the multi-cloud model, and you are going to be vendor locked and you use one cloud at a time. The most natural way to map cloud resources and get clarity on their real purpose and set budgets for them is to map them to your organizational structure, your projects, your applications, and to the members of your team. So keeping that in mind, we built our cloud management platform called Hystax OptScale. And here is the list of major goals which we follow with our product. The first goal, and this is a major goal, is cloud cost governance and transparency. So you can map your cloud consumption across all clouds used to the real structure of your organization, including departments, teams, projects, also setting an owner responsibility for every resource. And you obtain a way to see who and for which purpose spends every cent of your cloud bill and detect usage anomalies that may cause budget exceed. This also includes the cost optimization parts as ongoing analysis of the usage effectiveness of your cloud environment, like detection of over-provisioning resources, like too big compute instances, and something like cost-ineffective network data flows accurate due to incorrect data locality. The second thing is to focusing on setting all types of custom budgets for applications running in the cloud, for CI/CD jobs with granularity to the single CI/CD job run. So you will know how much you spend for every test run in the cloud, for machine learning and HPC setups. You can also get the cost projection on other clouds. So this means that at any point of time, you will be able to estimate how much it will cost to run a set of resources like application or CI/CD job on other clouds or in the different region of the same cloud. And finally, we are building the cost management platform, and projection will be extended with seamless workloads mobility, an integrated way to move your workloads between the clouds. So this is the descriptive part, and let's finish with it and proceed with the demo. So on our previous webinars, I showed you the first steps in Hystax OptScale. So how to register, how to perform initial organization configuration, how to connect the cloud, see your resources, and get the first steps on making your spends transparent. If you want to see how to perform onboarding of your organization in Hystax OptScale, you can see the recording of our previous webinars on our YouTube channel. As of now, I will just quickly go through the onboarding flow. You can make it yourself if you want. And just remind you what it consists of. So it starts with the connection to the cloud, obviously. Here you need to provide the security credentials for programmatic access. Of course, you don't need to give your root account credentials here, but provide the credentials from designated IAM user with limited read-only permissions for the resources discovery and for the billing data. As you see here, OptScale does support both root and linked AWS accounts connection, so you can control even complex AWS account setups. Also, to get to the access to the raw billing data, OptScale needs access to the billing reports generated by the cloud. And if you already have it activated, just enter the parameters specified during billing report creation here. Otherwise, OptScale will create that billing report for you. You can also notice that we have an announcement of Azure Cloud Connection support here, which will come very, very soon. And this will be one of the topics of our next webinar, actually. Okay, then when you connected the cloud here, you can go to the creation of budgets hierarchy, where you can set the initial configuration for your budgeting scheme. You can set the cloud budget for the entire organization as well as for underlying budgets here. These budgets can represent departments, teams, hierarchy, as well as applications or other entities which you want to budget. And they can be hierarchy, in hierarchy. So as you can see, the QA department has the project for the releasing version 3.4 of our Hystax OptScale product. And for the last step of this wizard, I can invite my teammates to my organization and set set their respective roles regarding the budget. So I want to invite Elisa. By default, when I invite her, she will become the member of my organization, which means that she will have only read-only access uh, to to the product, to the organization data, and won't be able to have any resources in any budgets. But I also can uh, give her the roles in some budgets. So I want her to have either the engineer role in development, engineer role meaning that she will be able to have the resources in this budget, and I can make her a manager, which means that she will also will be able to take control on others' resources in the respective managed budgets. Okay, I hope this short walkthrough helped you. So let's explore what we can do with the configured organization. The first and the main page, which you see when logging in, is a dashboard. Here we have the most general overview of your cloud expenses from the organizational and personal perspectives. The budget expenses view shows the expenses and forecasts of the budgets you belong, as well as provides a way to see if you fit in the budget limits for this month. You can see that I'm not so good at this, but this is only for demo purposes. You know that. I also can see expenses of the resources that I own here on the right. And one of the most important things that can be found here is the list of my tasks. So this panel provides you a dynamic view of the status of your cloud governance health in the form of actions that you can take to keep it in shape. I will return to that a bit later. As of now, let's go to the Cost Explorer. So you can explore your cloud expenses here from the different perspectives. So for example, if I go to the clouds and I will select the cloud here, I will be able to see my expenses from the perspective of cloud services, or from the perspective of regional breakdown, and so on. Also, in the perspective of budgets, owners, so on. More of that, you can explore billing data that stands behind this view. So, which it means that at every moment of time you can click on the corresponding section in the bar chart. So and see the details of every expense that you took in this budget. For example, here I have the list of the resources in the cloud with the expenses and so on. And more of that, you can break down every resource history to the elementary particles, and see the raw expenses records of your billing record from the cloud. You can find the many insights here. I understand that this is practically impossible to go through it manually. That's why we are working on grouping and categorizing these raw expenses to let you combine transparency with the full details. So these views will allow you to see what's happening with your money in a matter of seconds. So let's just make some exploration here. What we have here, the data transfer. This specific expense was for data transfer, which belongs to the specific instance. And usually the data transfer expenses are not so obvious to see, but they can surprise you at the end of months when you receive your bill. Okay, OptScale permanently works on cost monitoring. So this process can be easily applied in your organization to make your cloud spend transparent. Let's return to our tasks. And the thing that I should mostly be afraid here is the number of unassigned resources in my organization, meaning that some of the resources with the recorded expenses still don't have clear budgets and owners. So how would I deal with them? First of all, I can assign them manually. So here, when I go to the list, full list of unassigned resources, I can select some of them and assign them to the specific budget to me, to myself, and set the specific budget, or assign it to someone else in some other budget. So in QA, Amy Smith, this is a good thing. So I can assign this here, but of course I don't want to make the same clicks every time when there is one more or 10 more resources in the cloud created. So I can apply the automatic assignment tags, OptScale native assignment tags for the newly created resources, and they will be assigned automatically to this budget and this owner. So this is one of the ways how to assign the resources automatically. But what if you already have some naming or tagging convention in your organization? So you can use it for budget determination as well. And if I go to the budgets menu, here I will see the hierarchy of budgets in my organization, and every budget in the organization can have the default owner and a set of assignment rules here on the bottom. So these assignment rules letting me to map the newly created resources to the corresponding budget and the default owner in this budget. So if I know that instances with a name starting, okay, let's go to the assignment resources again. So if I know that these instances starting with Hystax Acura VADR AWS is instances and the resources for belonging to our QA department who are testing Hystax Acura for release 3.4. I can just take it and go to the corresponding budget. So let's go to QA, and yeah, I already have it here. Let's and set a new rule to automatically assign this resource to this budget. So I can set the resources for smoke testing 3.4. So the name starts with, I put its value here. I also can have some other conditions for the rule, combining several conditions. So, for example, the name starts with and the tag is. So that's how you can make the complex rules. And of course, you can have the multiple rules assigned to the specific budget. So every resource that is created in the cloud for belonging to this budget can be automatically assigned to the right budget. Okay. Also, I can explore the resources that are active in the cloud right now. So I can go to instances, the volumes, and other resources. I can see the instances that are existing in the cloud right now with their budgeting and owner information, and of course I can assign or reassign resources right from here. A small addition to that. I also can perform the reassignment in the form of let's see. So if I have the resource owned by me, I can and I know who should own that resource, but I don't know to which budget it should belong. I can just send the request to Ella with this resource, and the recipient will decide to which what is the current budget for this resource. Uh, okay, so that's it for the demo parts. So now it's time for questions. As a reminder, if you haven't already, please go ahead and type your questions in the designated questions box so I can answer them. So waiting for them. Let's see. Okay. The first question is, how long does it take for OptScale to collect my AWS data? Due to nature of the billing expense reporting from the AWS, if you connect the AWS account without any billing reports created, it might take up to 24 hours for AWS to create the first report. And just after that, OptScale will get the report from the bucket you have to which it stores and show you the corresponding expenses. So if you already have a report created, we will obtain the data immediately, and the data will be updated periodically. So you will have, in case if you already have a billing report activated, you will see the expenses data right after the connection to the cloud. Will using OptScale cause me to incur any additional charges from AWS or other cloud? So in AWS, you will pay for the storing your billing reports in the S3, but the billing reports doesn't take too much space, so it will be several cents in your final bill. As for Azure, for example, where we operate directly with budget API, you won't incur any additional costs, actually. How can I subscribe to any reports? Okay, regarding the reports, we already have several reports integrated and turn it on by default. So they include such reports as the weekly reports for organization manager, which will show you the overview of your organization spending every Monday. And for example, set of the budget exceed reports for the managers or for the engineers, which will notify you and your employees when some budget is exceeded or forecasted to be exceeded. These reports are turned on by default right now, and you will get them at any case. One of the features that are upcoming features that we will add very soon is the UI for managing the reports in your organization. So you will be able to turn them on and off and add some other reports with some schedule. Okay, so it looks like that's it for now. Okay, So thank you for joining us. So don't hesitate to sign up for the beta program of Hystax OptScale. It's already launched, so you're welcome. Enjoy and stay safe. Bye-bye.